Is Elon Musk the Antichrist, or simply the person who forever transformed the history of technology, business, and science? A man who not only dreams of a better future, but also builds it. From leading the electric car revolution with Tesla to making space travel a viable market with SpaceX, his influence is as expansive as his ambitions. But how did he become one of the most powerful and inspiring men of our time? Elon Musk is an entrepreneur, inventor, and tech magnate. He is the mastermind behind revolutionary companies like Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and the Boring Company, which are redefining entire industries. With a net worth that has repeatedly placed him as the richest man in the world, Musk not only amasses wealth, he also generates historical change. Throughout his career, Musk has faced titanic challenges, from the brink of bankruptcy to materializing his futuristic ideas. His determination, vision, and ability to turn the impossible into reality have made him a living legend. In 2008, as Tesla faced extreme financial difficulties and SpaceX failed in its initial launch attempts, Musk bet everything. He used his personal fortune to keep his companies afloat. That same year, SpaceX made history by becoming the first private company to launch a rocket into Earth's orbit. That victory marked the beginning of an era where dreams of space exploration and sustainability were increasingly close to becoming a reality. This story is not just about successes. It also tackles failures, risks, and the unyielding willpower of a man who has shown that great goals are not only possible but necessary. Elon Musk is not just a businessman. He is a practical dreamer, an architect of the future. What does his life inspire in us? That the path to success is not always straight, but it is always worth it. Elon Reeve Musk was born on June 28, 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa, during an era marked by the racial segregation of apartheid. However, the politics and social divisions of the country were not the only things that would define his environment. Musk grew up in a family that, although affluent, was far from conventional. His father, Elon Musk, was an engineer, pilot, and sailor, while his mother, Mae Musk, was a Canadian model and dietitian who never stopped working to remain independent. His relationship with his father was particularly complicated and, according to Musk, deeply influenced his character. He often describes his childhood as lonely, highlighting episodes of isolation and a difficult upbringing that pushed him to seek refuge in books and technology. From a young age, Musk displayed extraordinary intelligence and an insatiable curiosity, traits that would become his signature. At the age of 9, Elon discovered his first great love, reading. He immersed himself in encyclopedias, science fiction novels, and any material that could expand his mind. One of his favorite books was The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Elon wasn't just a reader. He also showed an early interest in technology. At the age of 10, when he received his first Commodore VIC-20 computer, he taught himself to program. 2 years later, after a few hundred failures, he sold his first video game, Blaster, for $500. This small achievement not only reflected his talent, but also his ability to turn his passion into tangible results. School was not easy for Elon. He was often bullied, which reinforced his tendency to retreat into his inner world. However, this difficulty didn't extinguish his desire to learn. On the contrary, it motivated him to dream of a different future. From a young age, Musk became interested in 3 areas that, according to him, would define humanity's destiny: the internet, sustainable energy, and space exploration. In search of better opportunities, Elon decided to emigrate to the United States, a country he considered the epicenter of innovation. Before doing so, he moved to Canada, where he attended Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. There, he studied for 2 years before transferring to the University of Pennsylvania in the United States, where he earned degrees in physics and economics. During his time at the University of Pennsylvania, Musk began to show his entrepreneurial spirit. Together with a friend, he rented a house and turned it into a kind of nightclub on weekends to earn extra money. The combination of a childhood marked by emotional challenges, a curious mind nurtured by reading, and an education oriented towards solving complex problems laid the foundation for the man who, years later, would change the course of humanity. Elon Musk arrived in the United States with a suitcase full of dreams. After completing his studies at the University of Pennsylvania, he decided to continue his education at the prestigious Stanford University to pursue a PhD in applied physics and material science. However, his time at Stanford was extremely brief. 2 days after starting, he dropped out. Musk saw the rise of the internet in the 1990s as a unique opportunity and decided to jump into the business world. Without significant contacts or a strong support network, he began his career from scratch. Together with his brother Kimball Musk, he founded his first company, Zip2, in 1995. Zip2 was a software company that provided maps and business directories to newspapers, an innovative concept at a time when most people were just beginning to understand the internet. The early years at Zip2 were not easy. Elon and Kimball worked tirelessly, often sleeping in the office to save money on rent. Despite their enthusiasm, securing funding was a challenge. Convincing investors that the future lay in the internet was an uphill battle, especially since many of Musk's ideas seemed too advanced for the time. In addition, Elon faced another type of obstacle. His lack of business experience and his perfectionist temperament created conflicts with other team members. Despite the difficulties, Zip2 began to gain traction. Thanks to Musk's innovative vision and the team's perseverance, the company secured contracts with giants like the New York Times and Chicago Tribune. In 1999, the big moment arrived. Compaq acquired Zip2 for $307 million in cash and stock. Elon received $22 million for his stake, a capital that would change his life forever. This success was the first step that put Musk on the map as a promising entrepreneur. But beyond the money, the experience with Zip2 gave him something even more valuable: the confidence to pursue his most bold and disruptive ideas. In Elon Musk's story, PayPal holds a special place as one of the milestones that defined his trajectory toward becoming a globally recognized entrepreneur. This project not only marked a key moment in his career, but also laid the groundwork for the development of modern online payment systems. In March 1999, Musk co-founded X.com, not the X we know today, a company focused on online financial services and electronic payment. At the time, e-commerce was in its early stages, and Musk recognized the potential for a system that could facilitate secure and fast money transfers. With his vision and determination, he managed to assemble a talented team and secure initial funding to launch the platform. X.com offered an innovative service, allowing users to send money via email, which was revolutionary at the time. Although the idea was well received, the company faced several challenges, ranging from technical issues to intense competition in an emerging market. In March 2000, X.com merged with a company called Confinity, which had developed a money transfer product called PayPal. While the two companies had similar approaches, the merger allowed them to combine their strengths and accelerate product development. At this stage, tensions arose within the company's leadership, and Musk decided to step down as CEO, passing the role to Peter Thiel, who led the transition into what would become the PayPal platform. Although Musk left the executive role, he continued to support the company as one of its principal shareholders. In 2001, the company officially adopted the name PayPal and quickly gained popularity, particularly among eBay users seeking a reliable way to conduct transactions. In just a few years, PayPal became the de facto standard for online payments, solidifying its market position. PayPal's success culminated in 2002 when it was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion in stock. This transaction marked another victory for Elon Musk, who received approximately $165 million for his stake in the company. This capital became the financial engine that fueled his future projects, including SpaceX, Tesla, and SolarCity. In Musk's words, "If you're not failing, you're not innovating enough." Every great story has a turning point, and for Elon Musk, that moment came with the creation of SpaceX. Although he had already achieved success with Zip2 and PayPal, Musk wasn't interested in staying in his comfort zone. He decided to invest his fortune in projects that seemed impossible, starting with his lifelong obsession, space exploration. In 2002, Musk founded SpaceX with an ambitious mission to drastically reduce the cost of space travel and eventually colonize Mars. The space industry, dominated by governments and traditional companies, was riddled with inefficiencies and high costs. Musk saw this as an opportunity to revolutionize it. However, what initially seemed like a visionary idea quickly turned into an uphill battle. The early years of SpaceX were marked by failure. Between 2006 and 2008, the first 3 launches of the Falcon 1 rocket ended in technical disasters. Each failed launch consumed millions of dollars, leaving SpaceX on the brink of bankruptcy. Musk poured his personal fortune into the company, risking everything in one last attempt to keep it afloat. In 2008, the decisive moment came. The 4th launch of the Falcon 1 was a success, making SpaceX the first private company to send a rocket into space and proving that commercial spaceflight was possible. This achievement not only saved the company, but also marked a turning point in Musk's career. That same year, SpaceX signed a $1.6 billion contract with NASA to carry out cargo flights to the International Space Station. This backing validated Musk's vision and solidified SpaceX as a serious player in the aerospace industry. Musk's achievements with SpaceX did not go unnoticed. He was included in Time magazine's list of the most influential people, and SpaceX received multiple awards and mentions for its technological innovation. In 2020, due to his feats, many media outlets and people called him the richest and most powerful man in the world. Although Elon Musk's figure is often associated with an image of self-determination and individual effort, his path to success was not built alone. Throughout his life, key relationships with his family, friends, and collaborators have played a fundamental role in his personal and professional growth. Among his family members, his brother Kimball Musk stands out, having been a constant ally in his early ventures. His mother, Mae Musk, has also been an important figure in his life, instilling in him from a young age the value of hard work and independence. In the professional realm, Elon has forged key partnerships with individuals who share his vision and determination. Gwynne Shotwell, president and COO of SpaceX, has been one of the most influential figures in the company's success, complementing Musk's vision with flawless execution. Additionally, figures such as J.B. Straubel, co-founder of Tesla, have been fundamental in transforming Elon's visionary ideas into revolutionary technologies. Tesla was founded in 2003 by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning with the goal of demonstrating that electric vehicles could be a viable and exciting alternative to traditional combustion cars. Musk joined the company in 2004, leading the first round of funding with $6.5 million and assuming the role of chairman of the board. As the company faced technological and financial challenges, Musk took a more active role in its management, becoming CEO and product architect in 2008. Tesla's first product, the Tesla Roadster, was launched in 2008. This electric sports car amazed the industry with a range of over 200 miles per charge, something unheard of at the time. Tesla faced huge financial difficulties, coming to the brink of bankruptcy in 2008. Musk invested a large part of his personal fortune to keep the company afloat, convinced that Tesla represented the future of mobility. After the Roadster, Tesla launched the Model S in 2012, a luxury electric sedan that received international acclaim for its design, performance, and advanced technology. The Model S consolidated Tesla as a major player in the automotive industry, winning awards such as Car of the Year by Motor Trend. Tesla represents one of Elon Musk's boldest bets and his commitment to sustainability. Despite the initial criticism and numerous financial challenges, Musk never lost sight of his goal: to prove that electric vehicles are not only possible but essential for a sustainable future. Through Tesla, he has led the electric vehicle revolution, challenging the automotive industry to adopt more eco-friendly alternatives. With SolarCity and later with Tesla Energy, Musk has promoted clean energy solutions to reduce global dependence on fossil fuels. In Musk's life, there exists a philosophy of tireless work. Famous for working more than 80 hours a week, he firmly believes in leading by example. This approach has not only propelled his companies to success, but has also earned him the respect and loyalty of those who work alongside him. However, not everything has been work. Musk has also shown his human side through his philanthropic efforts. Although he is not as well known for his donations as other figures of his caliber, he supports educational and technological causes, such as the development of safe artificial intelligence through OpenAI. Currently, Elon Musk is not only recognized as one of the richest men in the world, but he also divides his time between his most prominent companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and The Boring Company, with an additional focus on new initiatives like xAI, his bet to develop advanced artificial intelligence. Tesla remains one of Musk's top priorities. Under his leadership, the company has solidified its position as a global leader in electric vehicles. In addition to its iconic cars, Tesla works on innovations related to high-capacity batteries, solar energy, and energy storage. Tesla's mission is not just to manufacture cars, but to accelerate the global transition to a sustainable future. At SpaceX, Musk continues to push forward with his mission to colonize Mars. The development of Starship, a reusable spacecraft designed to carry large amounts of cargo and passengers to deep space, is a key part of this plan. Meanwhile, SpaceX continues to expand Starlink, its global satellite internet network. With over 5,000 satellites in orbit, the service is already improving internet access in remote and underdeveloped regions, reducing the digital divide worldwide. In addition to Tesla and SpaceX, Musk is betting on technologies that could radically change how we interact with the world and each other. Neuralink seeks to develop brain-computer interfaces that could treat neurological diseases and eventually expand human capabilities. For Elon Musk, his work is not just about financial success or personal recognition. His vision transcends generations. Musk hopes to leave a legacy that inspires humanity to dream big, solve complex problems with creativity, and explore the frontiers of knowledge. In Musk's own words, "I want to die knowing that humanity has an exciting future ahead." Elon Musk is much more than a successful businessman. He is a visionary who has dedicated his life to solving humanity's biggest and most urgent problem. His story is a living testament that limits are just temporary barriers for those who have the courage to dream big and the tenacity to turn those dreams into reality. From his humble beginnings in South Africa to leading some of the world's most innovative companies, Musk has shown that the key to achieving the impossible lies in the combination of perseverance, hard work, and a clear vision. Although he faced ridicule for his crazy ideas, fought against skepticism from the most powerful industries, and risked his personal fortune, he never lost sight of his goal: to change the world. Greatness is not exclusive to a few privileged ones. It is within the reach of anyone willing to strive and challenge the problems ahead. Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up.